Danny is crammed into a stadium with 90,000 screaming strangers watching the World Cup live. Wes is on his couch in his socks watching the same match on his TV. They both think they made the smart call, and they're both a little bit wrong because one of them forgot to count what the trip actually costs, and the other forgot that some things were never supposed to be an investment in the first place. And when you run the real numbers over the next 20 years, the gap between these two men will make your stomach drop. My name is Nick, and I've spent an embarrassing amount of my life running the actual math on decisions at the same age, same city, same job, same $55,000 a year, and the same $9,000 in savings. And they're both huge fans of the game. The only difference is what they do the summer the World Cup comes to town. Danny sees the trip of a lifetime, and Wes sees something else. This isn't about one guy being dumb and one being smart. It's about what nobody adds up until it's too late. Here's how day one feels, because day one is where the whole trap is baited. Danny buys his ticket the second the window opens, he screenshots the confirmation and drops it in the group chat within about 4 seconds. His phone lights up. His buddy who isn't going types, "No way, you're actually going?" And Danny has never felt more alive. He tells his barber, he tells a stranger on the train who did not ask. His dating profile now basically just says going to the World Cup, as if that counts as a personality. For the next several months, Danny is the guy going to the World Cup, and that title, it turns out, is worth a lot to him emotionally. Wes opens a brokerage app. He taps his $9,000 into a total stock market index fund and closes it. Nobody texts him. There is no group chat for a man who just bought a broad market mutual fund. When a coworker asks what he's doing this summer, Wes says, "Probably watching the games at home," and the coworker nods and immediately stops listening. On day one, Danny has a ticket, a story, and the envy of everyone he knows. Wes has a confirmation email, and the quiet buzz of a man who did something responsible that no one will ever congratulate him for. It's not close, like in terms of how it feels, Danny is winning by a mile. But feelings and spreadsheets are very different animals, and this is where they start to pull apart. And before you decide this is a video about the handful of maniacs willing to fly across a continent for a soccer game, stay with me, because it isn't. Danny's version of this trap is just the loud one. There's a quieter version sitting on your own couch that catches far more people. And we'll get there. But first you have to watch the loud one work, because the quiet one runs on the exact same wiring. Because here's the thing about that ticket. The ticket was never the expensive part. That's the whole trick. When the prices first came out, Danny saw group stage seats starting around $60 and thought, this is doable, this is basically a nice dinner. What he didn't clock is that the 2026 World Cup runs on what FIFA politely calls dynamic pricing. The same technology that decides your flight costs more the moment you look at it twice. So the $60 seat is real technically the way a middle seat in the back row by the bathroom is technically a flight. The games Danny actually wanted, his team, the knockout rounds, climbed into the many hundreds, and then for the marquee matches into the thousands. And if he missed the official window, the resale market was standing right there, cheerfully charging multiples of face value because scarcity plus obsession is the most profitable equation in the world. So Danny, who budgeted for one $60 ticket, ends up buying a few tickets across the group stage and one gloriously overpriced knockout seat because you don't fly all that way to see one game. That would be insane. Ticket spend alone quietly rolls past $2,000, and notice what just happened. The napkin said 60. Reality said something with a comma in it, and we haven't left his apartment yet. And notice why Danny didn't flinch at any of it. The second he decided this trip was once in a lifetime, a little switch flipped in his head, the one that's supposed to check prices. This isn't a personal weakness. It's the business model, the scarcity, the countdown clock, the you'll never get this chance again. All of it is engineered to convince you the normal rules about money are suspended just this once, just for this. Dynamic pricing isn't a glitch. It is the system, a machine, built to find the exact moment your judgment goes quiet and stand there charging you for it. Danny thinks he's making a decision. He's mostly responding to a very well-designed prompt. There's a way to want the thing and not get played by the prompt, by the way. We'll get